nti court no kire se wonfiri me ahye bedwom
Osafo Shabambo Honsam Yefi Hadia no eso no manyafo mu ntaka Mubarak enso na shobo so babo process dwuma ko no ho ban na obia amfa amanyosem amba bevrem
aban no ade atodwa sa nyankopon ye adoma na wotwedi anim ebai wone eye nsantwafo adwuma no yeku na nkase kubatan gije ebehia
aseye nsase no obade ne power de adom yenso na eba amane se oman yimu ye forest reserves ye wobe ye 288 nenso so enkrofo de galamsey asey mu be 44 kra
Crossack for Eddie atodwa sese mampani anyi wo wura adombotwe amfri befende registry or cheneko won ebetiatia
ye bekoso wo Crossack for no akache na wo mo so so akire de ntia wo mo ebetesa echi
Anyime nsam bi ka woni mo ho ne yesi hu nkonwa ye bekenkan de asom akenkan for no ayeme rantenu aba maame efomwa kafena mene
ajwa nyako apronoma
ye yatwa kwa ne so aba ne aba betoso
Sikka FM track 1 yen ye kro 89.5 Sikka FM
Sikka FM 89.5 Yes Suma Santimai Sikka FM 89.5 Yes Suma Santimai
Yes Suma Santimai Ghana ma ye wiase nyina aka ho afei ma yenwura nsem ne mo ankasai High Court no ewo kofredua ya no ewo poya mantemo kyerese owura NS yakumi wo ma chene contempt wabu court no emra so amazese no wo mu eri na chi baba bakura ye peno ache no a na ne nyina ne se ansana wo ba baye mrahye bedwani no abato ye koso wa fimpino ene aduono na ne wo kyerese kwan ofa so wodi nkunim no mafo bi abu anyo so amomode asam no ekọ ma court adi njanhye eto onobo yakumi so se ensase wo so afenam so asem ra hebedwani ne so wo busa court no asem ne so amabra mra hebedwam no ye omo so afenam so na 9th parliament ye wom sesei no ye wo no kokogina mu bi ama no so akokoso afenam esuaye bi eno na court no kyese wo bu ne mra so wo bu na asem so wo bu na asem no wo de nanim atwitwiri fom na kyese contempt ena omode ache no enti ensase wo soso ne ho so se wo ye mra hebedwani asa abre kura no wo mo peno ache ne nyina ne se so obeba mra hebedwam wo beko court no no omode na sotwe amano kura mpo no wo dwane ya wankọ court no nti sa abre ameka se ye de warrant di na achi a ye kwa akopeno ache no na NDC for ya wo mode asem no ekọ court no wo mo roya ya wonu edi wonu enim Bernard Bediakon lawyer Bernard Bediakon wo cheche ensem ni mo se de court na senye no esi ekoye yinti no.
Today the court, you would notice, you were all in court, that before the court gave his ruling, just a lawyer, Gary Nimakun, was on his feet and wanted to be heard, that he had filed some processes and thereby sought to stay the hands of the court from delivering his ruling. The court said, I don't recognize you. And I must say this, it is a bit shocking. And we lawyers don't usually critique one another or each other. I mean, because we have been trained not to. But I'm a bit surprised that Mr. Gary Nimako would rise in open court in a contempt case, which we all know, we've all been trained and are aware that contempt proceedings are different from, because the standard of proof is even different. It has a different case number. And so what an NSCOMI should have done was to either file an appearance or bring his lawyer to file an appearance. An appearance is done, it's a document that you need to file. Or because it's a quasi-criminal matter, like anybody who has gone to steal a sheep or a fowl, you have to be present in court to purge yourself of the contempt. You don't send a lawyer who has filed nothing. And you would recall that since the inception of this case, Mr. Gary Nimako has always been coming to court, and he hasn't even filed an appearance consistent with Order 9 of CI 47. And this is serious. But we are waiting, and we will meet him at the Supreme Court. That's a different matter. But you see, today the court said that I don't recognize you, because you are not the contempt, no, you are not an Yaokumi, and you haven't filed anything in this case. So who are you in the matter? So the court said, I won't even record you. And so that is why that arbitration happened, and then Gary had to be in his seat for the court to proceed.
And I say, NDC for lawyer Bernard Bedia Corona said your name, send any sequoino, which rich man.
Yeah, call when one ya for Mutakamu Barak, catch one, yes, for share, Bambo Hon, Sam, ye fear the friend interior ministry, no, one or and was Shasona, and a day, or nine air strap proceed, a Juma Kono, a free brow, free a Juma see, a fanny decaying bra, or call Aqua strap proceed, a Juma Kono, now, call no, and I would do two women himself, baby, Beshabwa, and my Pempino, a yana process, Juma Kono, Juma, we are no, and on your force we do a who read no more than on your summer on your sumno, or Beshabo buying, I just buying a process, Juma Kono home, and my Amanyo could be a funny home, and be rara, or Majumano or more Asian. Now we are, and I walk out share process, Juma Kono set, what by Wababa come one boy, Juma, I'm a process, Juma Kono, edge now brand and quantum grow, now most to me, I Juma, I'm a Juma, dear show, most of some Morgana for whom I know, or my year, I and you, when you're for Muntaka, Mubarak.
Government plans to ensure that the Ghana Police Service is insulated from political interference and undertake a comprehensive human resource audit to ensure service delivery. Also, there are plans to revamp the police public order management schools in Wolugu, roll out a transparent police education and scholarship scheme, and introduce state-of-the-art technology for police operations.
And I see yes, so for Shabambo Honsam, ye fear had the so when you're for Muntaka Mubarak.
Yanto akasane so na yengura ensamfo from na ni nyina ne se closak for adia baba to dwameka closaka civil and local government staff association of Ghana closak for wamari kan dia baba to dwasa nyankopɔ ye adma fiti ochina ekɔ wo members nyina enti atua na wo matuatia ni nyina ene se wo wura bia friend se adom boche wo mo mampani ade no akọ bef and def registry ho no so no nkonkoye boss na wo mpeno enti no mbeti atwa na so enayi aban no enam ne kasamafo so ora Felix kwatwofo so aba abeka kire wo mo satuate no a wo mpeso wo mo kọ no wo munya wo mfansi he ya emom ti etua bia na sanjafo nhyiamu ase ewo enkran eneya ora Felix kwatwofo so ekokasa ya wo ka kire klosakfo ne se atuate no momonko.
If it is the view of Closer that in the past civil servants have occupied it, it does not mean that any other person apart from a civil servant cannot occupy that position. And we need to act strictly in accordance with the law, even as we continue to engage and dialogue on how we govern our country. We are aware of similar agitations in the past against the appointee of President Akufo-Addo, and we do know that a court case emanated from that particular engagement. As we speak, I'm not aware that the court has determined the matter. So until this law is revoked or there is judicial pronouncement that says that this particular law is illegal and should be struck, we believe that the president has acted correctly in respect of the appointment of Mr. Adimotri. So we would appeal to Closer to rescind their decision to go on strike. A strike action, we appreciate, is one of the mechanisms through which they can drive home their demands. They can compel government to take a look at their grievances. But in this particular instance, we do not believe that sufficient basis exists to go on strike, because it will be unfair to the people of Ghana who pay the wages of all public officials, including members of Closer, that on the basis of a belief which is not backed by law, they go on strike. I don't think that we'll be doing right by the people of Ghana if that position is so.
Penia was on Crafty Bank, Semo, a day, my Ura, Felix, Quachu, of Fusun, which is a strike, near a year, a quite back 1 month for no Erika Sadicha by and so the cross and fossil or mobile quadia, where Namra constancy or Munjai.
Nah, strike and rock Rosak for essay or more ebe conromatonka, a day, a ma or monco for or more Ghana for Nina Senya Duma Botsna, Yawo, and Ubia, we are Juma, or Closak, a CBN and Quajuma, Home, Nana. Yes, so much as a penya pino, a pound sir, no, and a measured birth and death registry, no so no, or penny be a wound to me, and no, and yet to my enuti, and our moso at the class at and the ababon to Mocacho Mucofo Yada, as say a bay of friction up Corona Bia, Uncle, ye a Jumana, what must say. Owura yi a ye ka na asɛm yi nche bi adwoda no na office no mo budget hearing na ekwo so wo Ministry of Local Government Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs na meeting no ase na Mr. yi what hobby na kire se de omo kasa aban no enyini firi omo mpɛ no omo tumi ne yadwuma nyina no obetena meeting na se nkwa de kire se onyanko a waba so obetena ono omo besoma be yadwuma eno ti na nam so omo kire se wo kyena omo nkrofo ni nyina enso so construct na Executive Secretary Edema Closer Isaac Bampoy Ado Intino.
Strike. This announcement goes to all CLOSAC members. This announcement goes to all CLOSAC members. As of today, CLOSAC has not received any official correspondence on the reassignment of Mr. Paul Adumboche, who was appointed Registrar of Birth and Death Registry. Mr. Boche is still at post performing official duty. The earlier notice of strike action on 20th February 2025 still stands. I repeat, the earlier notice of strike action on February 20th to 2025 still stands. All CLOSAC members should stay at home from tomorrow, Thursday 20th February 2025 for further notice. I repeat, all CLOSAC members should stay at home from tomorrow, Thursday 20th February 2025 until further notice. We need to take back our position as civil servants and not as a politician.
Any our mother so was a further notice in as well. Munim down backward mampo was at phone and feel copem say when you phone no more ebekasa ede ewie ora Isaac Bampoy Adowono and Executive Secretary ede Emma Closer.
Yantoa Kasela so na yengura ensam foforo emoi. Na Ghana Journalists Association wamo nsantwefo nsantwefo ehye omo ye nhyamude na president nankasa mu ekasa no echese ensem bi hano pa aban we betena konwa so sede yesi bam nsantwefo no nani enye ho kra na ya presido akire se mampani John Dramani Mahama ba konwa so yi na fo makomako aduonum pe chese sede yesi bam nsantwefo hano pa tete o ma bonkofo fo nsa atwatwene no enya asem keto atete ade nsantwefo afam no Kase3 makomako enson ano odin dodo unprecedented de bin sida sa aban bia ba konwa so foforo na nebosome ye di kan no anafua aduonum pa ye di kan no yesi bam nsantwefo sa ha dwene pa na asem wei no na aban no kasama fowura Felix Kwatwofosu wono so waba abonten aba bekasa afa ho no kyese o na nsantwefo pa madwuma ko ba te ade ti no mo yesa bibi hamu a na mo fidie so na mo ka no kwa mo fa so a mo address issue yi de enya ne kwa so no nti won de waka che president se won kana koma ento ne yam na nyankopon ye adwa na wotwa ye ba besimi aban no ne nsantwedwuma ekoro Ghana Journalists Association no ebehia na o ma toto kwan pa befa so a ye be bon nsantwefo ho babra ye adwuma krogi a yenka obi a kokova Council of State kakezo musiba me Felix Kwatwofosu entina
7 journalists had been attacked and statements were made that sought to create the impression that there is some design by President Mahama and his government to attack journalists. It is a most regrettable narrative. We do not think that it is fair to President Mahama, it is fair to government, it is even fair to the Ghana Journalists Association, or even to the journalists who are reported to have been attacked. Subsequent to the press conference, I have engaged the president of the Ghana Journalists Association in my capacity as the Minister responsible for Government Communications, which then means that journalists, as you are, who we work with, are part of the stakeholders that we need to engage regularly. I sought to find out exactly what informed the press conference and why other alternative approaches were not adopted. That's the matters with a view to seeking redress for those who may have been affected. After the conversation, we agreed that early next week there should be a direct interaction between our office and the Ghana Journalists Association. So I hope that that meeting comes off, and at that meeting we'll be able to address any concerns that journalists may have.
me kasama for Union for Felix Kwachi Ufusu.
Ma yenta so Kodoma Central Constituency Organizer Edema NDC Amanyokono Yera Dominic Aduma na kache na yedwina wono so na bekasa ede afa yana subanbia adesua for eda na di apanyfo kire se Yesu mabone wo so hwetire mu no ye fe ne se examination more practices no oba bekasa ede afa ho na wo se yana pepi sa so bo no eba onipa wo bre ayodesua ni no ono akotena se a invigilator ahwe ne han amana wia amana answers a watchre wie a waye for the results ne beba no ono results na waye ka kosom se wa fa ma no adan awia ho na hwe no ma ne wia ye rai a kire sa so bo ni ginada yemfa emma waye kefisi wo mo na ye hwan emma desuafo no ewia na ebe kwa wia se no kwa so omo results mu se munje mu Efa emma omo ose saka waye na dwuma yie na invigilators examiners supervisors nyina wo ma hwe omo yie a omo kogina wanya afi na nkwa gye 5 series akoka bom e de akoma invigilator amana ko wia omo na ma ho kwan ose exam questions na elikino ho am na print ye eye waye kefo na de jemu ma desuafo no do omo so anya biti so omo pese sa ne ma ni nyina twam dia e do omo akasa waye kini nyu omo homework yie na wo nya se ye omo ma desuafo no ebre ebe wi a kire so ya so omo so hwenim adan ye omo akwa wi so sa ne ma ni nyina ya de a entwa ye ora Dominic Aduma entie no
na wafa ne se onko hwe nkura no so no beka se invigilators okoye examination invigilation se se okohwe so hwe so a people ba ko bi a se ne be mark people be to say ana subject be to say 5 hours need policy and so geography 5 hours English in any CRS others no 3 hours engine okra 3 hours no janna so to make sure say akra no ebe what is right no akọ mark in paper be 20 cities and 15 cities one people and two kojo na so 5 hours 3 hours no why can mark 20 cities and kro no nti say oh yeah 5 people obenya 100 cities na wa kan kro class ni na uraba na ma me ba tete be ma uruma hwe no school o kira de wo secondary school na mpo primary and JHS all such an important examination soon no West Africa nyina so hwe so no wo man is cat say 15 cities and 20 cities o man aduane o man nsuo and so you realize say wa no wo wa yeke no wa no wo makwane ama sebio ba ba hwe nkra no so no be ka say vigilators no wo be kwane ma ebi mpo a in court sebio ba compromise a kire nkra say ye pese examination more practice etwa is not about say binim be results waso mo dabi is about say yen hyasie emfiri the base the foundation yen hyasie nyedai en hyehyɛ die hyehyɛ ni ya I'm telling you it will be difficult for akra so be ka so okopa apo ana hyehyɛ ni bi kra so compromise akɔgye bibi na abo akra because system no ebe ma wa akra no nso no utra at least we no pass mark obechinye e dia akra wie JHS obaba secondary school yeah ye ni cut off point bi ada so there is no cut off point nti onya aggregate 210 oba are you serious as a country ye be training nipa ama be specific jobs to be akoye yesa ye say akra no onya 300 kura school of fire no onko which is wrong at least there must be a cut off point from ebi aggregate 6 to ebi 30 so that akra bi ebe force say obetima wura within 6 to 30 ni bayanya ne sa ne ye jan ho so dia sese na ye pe no garbage in garbage out and na ama ye hu no ma ye hu wo sa fi bia bete ba we tell the results say ba so be bo apo wo ka se bi bo apo apo no che no it is a food chain say teacher di bi le akra na de ya de akra no kotena classroom but that is examination hall and na waek employ nipa say nipa kro nye protocol be invigilator and na supervisor say all hwe nipa no so class na waek kro na so no ono no printing ni questions e wo no na printing pressure bi anim enti say question pia and apoba to me waek so a oso nkra no be so hwe ni no me hu ni say faso ni so una de konta make asa akra ye ne bo apo enya wo no printing question
akra no wo ye de kobo apo adwa asem no e de
papa ya kan de one nyina me stand ya na papa ya kan
mo na mo ko print
wo bibia o onso hwe ni mu bibia wo na wo ye bibia ko pem se e ba beto akwala nanim se pan ya wo be twere wo na wo bibia
ye wo school mu so na yin anopapa no mo di papers na ba credo for
dem no nyasam kitwa ye ta nkura na mahindra bi na deba mahindra bi bo hu wi mahindra na bo
ye asegu sambo to bi musa na credo dem
police ni na guard there with AK47
dey there na disua ni die onu ni kwa konya kwashi abaye mo wa ye kefo na mo na mo ko print mo na mo ni baby am de fire asa eliki ababonte
eliki wi na me na wo ma me ho akire me sese me na me ye wo wanya wadwuma yi
na mass 4 hours was 15 cities
nyina nsuo nka ho aduane nka ho na ngwara jeje no mo de ma na 1000
tinya nkwara na ya wo ma nkwara na bre akwara bo ka kobra ba wi a yesi akosole so hwem wasom say
mo munya mo nema ye first Oh. Tesa se bebrebe na no mbeka se de esi kwan no tokuro na ma nkofo nkola ni wie nyira twetwe nyira se na omoboa Yehowa yanto akasere so na fe yenwura ensemfoforo mu ani asamba akonso agentre ha pa chief of staff ni nsama wode ba yesa woni a ye fa wo modwuma mfiti afimpino ane aduonu na panima bosome ne retosonson ade be pem afi wo mu obepom bosome ne retosonson wo mu nyina yenyi wo modi no manfo akasa ho saa ama ya chese mra shebedwam dom kuma no ba no deni onunyafo Alexander Fenyo Markin futum ra shebedwade wo sahene wo de petition tetenten kura akwa ban se saa dwumafo no wo pam wo mu no ohweye pa na ebe ho man yahwe ahanyumakuo bi Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association podi ababeto Joseph wo mo a omnkofo ne afọ mo de maban empam wo mu sanse omo qualify kwa yefa so a yefa mo dwum so edane kwamtrodo sa afọ no so edisi yefa wo mu to omo hodie ma aban empam obia de yate ne se aban no se wɔn ankasa apamu yi ebeka wɔn yi ɔmunya akomatoyem esanse enche kura brofo de da ye sun yebemo makwanya bi ebema kyese yasan so asa afa wɔn badwuma mte safo no enko makoma entom yan sun ɔmuntwen sun no we so sa asemi kuro ya nso opani a wɔ kasa de ma aban no wura Felix Kwatwofo so ene de beto dwa enti no.
That was done in a manner that was unfair to others who did not belong to the MPP. And let me also put it on record that this action has been taken not because of a perception or a belief that they were MPP. It is because we know that the recruitment processes were attended by irregularities. In some instances, there were people who were giving backdated letters to create the impression that they had long been employed before the elections, when that was not the case. There were some who did not go through interview. There were some who did not even submit an application letter expressing interest in the position. These are clear irregularities that cannot be allowed to stand. In due course, government will do recruitment, and it will be open to all Ghanaians, irrespective of political collaboration. Indeed, your party identity will not be required. You will not be asked to show whether you are MPP or NDC when that comes. But we will do it in a regular manner. So even those who have had their employment revoked will still have opportunity to reapply and go through due process.
Chirasa, I sack me, and once every day sack me. And once I'm a bay. A munchilemu, I am one Sansa Wadros. And now, Omusio, quiet fast, so a far woman, Nuntia, or China, said a bayer, a mamu papa becosunte, good governance in tea, and you like a reset no, and let the a bit more hormone letter cry back the tino. Near come back there to summer. Ora Richard Jakpaya okofuntam kenoforia tafie ne letter ne appointment letter ya bagdeti no nyana nse na mo de herensa no ya bagdeti no ewiase pa de Ghana manyo sampa so de maya ne mama na ya bibibi aye bibibi aye hu esi hu ase edibi se hu so dibi ka wa na hu se ede sa na Ghana manyo samaye ohu e ka bagdeti nko na no na wo de ya stick wo de ya gina so a the Richard Jakpa ansa no okofuntam kanofori atafie no na ya man appointment you na ya man e kire ansa na mo de ba ya bagdeti on bagdeti nsa mutuma ye bi yeyi adwa ye nko a
adwa wenya ka Abusia high Sikka 89.5 anwumere no si akase bo na eguso ayekenkan ede ama ma fa kwaso ye hwe sase na obo ade ne pa wode adom yen eso na wosofa wo hye ho ayonomanyafo Emmanuel Amakofibu a ono so ena de ensembi ababatu dwana ne nsam no aya ni nyina galamse a asai wo bo ade ne pa no wode adom ye onomanyafo etwese Ghana ya forest reserves na ya wobese 288 na wo mokọ yehwehwemu ekode ne makototo sene ne no nwuye emu mako aduanan 949 ene de kase yanka yefa grabu form sentence ya asai grabu aya pasa ni nyinada aye nkrofo a ede garamse asai ya forest reserves no emako ebeyese 44 na owie no say as so abes 500 hectares. Did you so asay? ni na galamsey no na obi no se bi wo so kura be nkono so de eno de ase pasa kura forest commission no butimi nya hohwe na se no de ase kura ena bi so wo ho a galamsey fo no agiafa omo de ne den ahunahuna etu ekutakuta omo ne akode ahode ekutakuta omo no apamu omo bo forest no ho ba nyina akura firi ho ena galamsey fo ni mom agi ya forest no aboso na emrahye bedwafie ena wonimunya for Emmanuel ama kofi buai de sem otujaro we no de pit wo se de galamsey fo yi nyina chi eni for be say 800 ena panyifo aso omo pa chi so omo ho ebon galamsey hu sem na so mu 40 pe ena yahwe ama emra no ene wo mo edi wonimunya for Emmanuel ama kofi bua.
In the last few years, the numbers for prosecution for illegal mining is not very encouraging. Out of over 800, the number we had for people who have been prosecuted was less than 40. So we need to look at that area as well.
So I'm going to say ye pan and nipa bebrebe 800 galamsey for kwana 40 pe. And I'm running no me di anese. Ehonu we ntwa ye no afọ Emmanuel amakofi bu a ọ na eswafo a ọ hwe ensase na obade ne pa wode adom ye ma hye fie ene ete se wode ye kwa ebretu ahodo no se de ho nsem ne bobre na akosie se ti bi ewo mu galamsey nti ene wode to o manim ewo ma hye bedwafie hoyi.
Yejina nsam we so na nwumre nsam hodo a yensaka na yefie ha yi yede ni nyina esi emu na ase ne de yede ma no suma dwumafo nyina dwumaden a wo mo abo ye reporters omo bo dwuma pa ye some for your falasa na kwaji abo akra 95 years on kitapoma technician enwumre yi siwa woda bullet fashion center no DJ bullet en wachinchim from mani nyina de asom yen ya zo nso hye ne fugu a wote akire aka kama wo mai mura no ne fugu na tum se elo waziri nyina ya da waziri nyina elo radio elo nko na fugu na ya dru na se o de ye hwe do sana because sa nyanu na because baby dru na se inti am ga se elo no na ya dru na se
tira ni bibi ne kakra bi na se
bibi be adibidi adibintem
adibi o she o ye ba no fine man
o fine man de oye na kakra fine man de oye na oba bia waso si no ai akenkan fo nwumre
bullet wo mpa oye kura
bullet wo mpa oye kura
ni mara kwa